society. Today, we will feature our special guest, Hillary Gretton, MBA and CPP, Associate Director of Commercial Data Strategy at Greenwich Biosciences. Today's topic of discussion is the human capital of pricing, a topic that will be explored in greater depth during the PPS Virtual Summit March 4th from 1 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time, where Hillary is one of our compelling presenters. Hi, Hillary, and welcome, and thanks so much for joining us today on our pricing podcast. We are so happy to have you, and we look forward to you sharing your pricing expertise.
Hello, and thank you, Lisa, for our chat today. I'm a big champion of pricing and an even bigger cheerleader of getting the right people into pricing roles. I've been in pricing-focused positions myself in a medtech and life science company for over a decade and recently started a foray into pharma. I'm available on LinkedIn if anybody would like to connect on pricing, commercial data, or even just to say hi.
Awesome. We're going to get right on with the first question, and everybody's probably all anxious. This is an awesome topic, a trending topic. Hillary, tell us a bit about what actually is human capital.
So human capital defines the powerhouse of your company, your people. Your people have the experience, the knowledge, and the ability to increase your revenue, decrease your costs, and really connect with your customers and influencers. All too often, people are overlooked for the true value that they can bring to the organization. And so we need to make sure that we have a robust team composed of well-rounded associates.
Excellent. So what does good hiring have to do with pricing? Isn't that an HR responsibility?
Really good question. While HR and talent acquisition definitely are involved in the hiring process, it's up to us as managers and even our team members to think about how do we want to attract the top pricing talent. We need to think about crafting job descriptions that speak to a variety of people using the right words and tone. We need to think about addressing our own biases in the recruiting process so that we have a wider variety of applicants, and really thinking about what actually attracts people at different places in their life. It's not only a high salary that attracts the best people. It could also be, flexible work hours, remote working opportunities, or on-the-job training to shore up some aspect of an applicant's knowledge. There's so many people that can be excellent pricers. We just need to know how to locate them and give them the opportunity to shine.
Excellent. So what does this mean for our listeners as individual contributors? They're saying probably in their heads, well, I don't hire people.
You know what? Great point. But speak up and share your thoughts with other associates, especially before hiring even takes place. Be an advocate for practices such as reviewing job descriptions for gender or socioeconomic slants, reducing biases in the resume review and funnel process, and even propose mock interview sessions. Really get people to think about what they're actually looking for a candidate versus what people just may put on a job rec. When it comes to the actual hiring process, speak up about reviewing resumes and being an active participant in the interview panel. Get people to break out of the status quo and really shake things up.
So, Hillary, this sounds like hiring now has become not just an HR responsibility. It's almost like a corporate call to action. Everybody probably needs to have their hand some way or shape into the hiring of the people that are coming on board.
Definitely. I think it's something that we all need to be active participants in and really own and drive best practices.
Excellent. So why does pricing or even any company need to focus on people?
Again, people are the cornerstone of the company, and they're the reason for successes. Associates are the ones that bring ideas forward. They challenge preconceived notions, and they're the ones that connect with our customers and our end users. Associates are the ones that design and implement projects. They monitor metrics and success post-launch. So really by understanding what skills and competencies that you need in a pricing role and securing the right people in those roles and ensuring employee engagement, you can prevent employee turnover and reduce rehiring costs. And additionally, if you have associates that can connect with your customers and can increase customer satisfaction and thinking about product and service utilization, you can really reduce customer churn as well and increase repeat purchases.
So what I'm hearing you say loud and clear, Hillary, is that there are tangible benefits to increasing diversity within a company.
Yes, very, very much. Diversity is really not about checking the boxes a lot of us actually think about, but really rather proactively ensuring that you have associates with a wide range of skills, experiences, and knowledge at your company. Too often as we think of diversity as things we can see about a person, but less about what they actually bring to the table as a whole. Diversity can mean a working single parent who knows all about time management and asking the right questions the first time around, or someone with over a decade of intense work experience that knows how to deliver on time but has no college degree. Having these people at your company can bring a whole new skill set to the office and demonstrate that a specific definition of a role isn't necessary for success. And additionally, customers like to see themselves in a company and know that someone understands their unique needs and pain points and life experience. Many studies have been done showing that an increase in diversity, especially at the leadership level and on down, has resulted in greater revenue and bottom line numbers, among other very tangible benefits.
This is such an interesting topic. So, Hillary, I know we don't have a whole lot of time and we're going to delve a lot deeper at the virtual summit. What is one thing that you'd like to tell our listeners that they'll be able to take away from your virtual summit presentation?
So attendees will be able to take away actionable steps that can be used the next day. There's nothing more frustrating than going to a talk or a seminar and then looking down at your notes and saying, how can I implement any of this tomorrow at the office?
Excellent. So again, listeners, I know this was a quick kind of advertisement commercial for Hillary's topic of the human capital of pricing, but never fear, Hillary will be presenting in depth on this topic at our virtual summit hosted March 4th from 1 to 4:30 p.m. So please be sure to check out for your email on our digital platforms where you can register. Also, be sure to check out our website for additional topics that we will cover at our 31st annual Spring Pricing Workshops and Conference, hosted in our home away from home, Chicago, April 28th through May 1st. We'll have 4 full days of training, discussions, and networking. You'll be able to find our program on the website at pricingsociety.com. Also, get and stay social with PPS and subscribe to our blog, The Pricing Authority. And don't forget to follow us on Twitter at Pricing Society. And finally, don't miss out on the largest revenue management, thought leadership, and pricing discussions on LinkedIn, the largest pricing group with over 14,000 members. Connect with the Professional Pricing Society and all of your colleagues out there. Again, stay tuned for future pricing podcasts where other industry experts join us to share their pricing best practices. Hillary, thanks again. And is there any last-ditch knowledge you'd like to share with our listeners?
Listen at the virtual summit and I'll pass it along.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.